All right, guys, welcome back to another video. It's your man Jay. Today we're going to be looking at something that I think is very important. This is my Laptop Go 2. Now, this is a Microsoft Surface device, and the 3 is out. The 3 came out in October of 2023, and I got this in August of 2022. So I've had this for about a year and a half now. We're in 2024, and it still works great. There's absolutely nothing going on with it. I haven't had any errors. It gets a lot of updates. As a matter of fact, I just got an update right before this video because I do use this device. Now, all of my laptops that I have a different use case scenario. But this laptop right here is unique and eclectic in its own because it is a small, compact laptop that has a lot of use to it. For one, it is a touchscreen. And Windows laptops, typically you can find them very affordable laptop and a touchscreen. But this one right here is nice because it is a 12-inch display and has that unique aspect ratio that we love so much. Well, depending on who you are, I like this aspect ratio because I was a fan of the 12-inch MacBook. Now, I do have other laptops. And like I said, they all have their use case scenario. This laptop obviously is great for traveling. It is a universal laptop. It has Windows on it, and you can also run Chrome, as you can see. I have Chrome installed there. So I do have a 13.3-inch Chromebook. That laptop serves as I just need to do a lot of streaming or responding to emails, just doing a bunch of stuff online, basically a lot of data entry. And media consumption pretty much at the same time. That thing is a battery champion. The Chromebook, my Chromebook, I have the Chromebook Go and I've had it since launch. And I think I'm going on 5 years or 4 years. I forgot which latest video I just did on that one, but that laptop is a champ. And so if you need a powerhouse data entry, streaming, entry level, it can do powerhouse things because it has Word on it, an editor, and all these different things built into Chrome. That is the laptop for you. I highly recommend it, and you could save a lot of money with a Chromebook. With Windows laptops, I kind of have a love-hate relationship with Windows laptops because I use them for different case scenarios. When I need more, it seems like I'll go with one of my Windows laptops. Now, this is my basically a traveling laptop. Or if I'm going around the house and I want a laptop in my hand, this is the one I actually grab. It's all over the house. I had to go look for it again because the last space I was using it was upstairs in the movie room. So it's small enough, light enough. 2.4 pounds is very lightweight when it comes to a laptop. Now, this is kind of that traveling laptop that I think a lot of people would enjoy. 12-inch screen is actually really good, man. This is a beautiful laptop altogether. But we'll get into the hardware in just a second. But I also have the 17-inch LG Gram. Now, Jay, what the heck do you use that for? A bunch of different use case scenarios. Again, it's Windows, and I can also run Chrome, so I'm using it for a bunch of different reasons. The LG Gram is that laptop where I want all the canvas I can get, and I'm on a laptop and I want to run multiple displays or multiple screens and pages. And with 17 inches, I can spread the things out and get a lot on that screen and canvas. And sometimes if I want that long battery life on a bigger display, that's what I go to actually. That is the biggest laptop that I have, 17 inches. And I use that one when I really want to pound out, pretty much do the same thing on the Chromebook, but I want to be at like a table or something or a desk. I don't want to, like the Chromebook, I'll use it in my bed. I'll use it everywhere. But 17 inches in the bed is kind of, it's kind of cumbersome to move around with that big old laptop in the bed. And so it kind of heats up on the bottom a little bit too compared to the Chromebook. So I'll put that on a desktop or a table. And that is a great laptop to use for multiple things because it has a large canvas. Now, my laptop for editing on the go is going to be my 15-inch MacBook Air. I use that laptop pretty much, for anything. It can do anything. It's got just a big enough display, but not too big. Got a little bit of weight to it, so the LG Gram is better in that aspect. But the MacBook Air is a powerhouse laptop, and I could use that thing all day for anything. But this laptop, this small, compact laptop is absolutely a dream. Now, again, this laptop is a year and a half old in my use, and it still meets the requirements that a person would need and more. So I've got a full-size USB-A. Now, the Laptop Go 3 has 3.1 here. That's the difference. But really, I was thinking, how often do I actually use this port just to transfer data? And not very much. I think I've plugged in a mouse there one time, but I have a wireless mouse, so I was like, I don't really need to do that. I think it was just an emergency situation, but nonetheless, I plug in a lot of things here for data transfer, and you can actually charge on the other side, but I never use that charging port. I just use the Type-C charging port. It's just, I don't even know what that cable is, as a matter of fact. It's somewhere around my office or house somewhere, but I use the Type-C for charging because it charges faster. You've got a headphone jack, so this side of the device is essential to me, and this is pretty much where you're gonna find this is all you need, really, basically, by today's standards, for a laptop. And this hardware is aluminum, and the new version has anodized aluminum. So I mean, not nothing knock on it, but I mean, this laptop is so nice and so compact. I just really like it. The hardware is perfect. You've got this rubberized, grippy bottom. Even though this is rubber feet right here, this entire bottom has like this different texture to it. It's like a rubberized, grippy bottom on there. So it feels really good. This won't go sliding around on you on any surface, more than likely. No pun intended. But the hardware on this thing is beautiful. Super compact, 2.4 pounds on this laptop, this small laptop right here, is just about right. The hardware on here feels premium. It's a Surface. So most Surface devices typically feel very premium, and it's no different when it comes to their laptop. Their laptops are known to have premium hardware, and there's a lot of people out there that don't use Mac. They use Windows, and it's popular to use. I mean, Windows is going to be around forever. Windows is not going to go away. It's needed in too many places, and it's just too universal for it to go away. It's just not going to happen. So that's one of the reasons I keep a Windows laptop around, because it's just universal. It can do anything technically when you need it to. File transfers, doing things in the actual software itself is another thing that's really good. So I really like that you can use your finger to unlock the device. That's something that's great. Windows Hello with this is in the finger, not the camera, and I like that. Sometimes Windows Hello on my other Windows laptop, my Gram, it doesn't mess up, but it could be a little bit longer sometimes, and it's not a bad thing. I mean, Windows Hello is nice, but I just like that it's a fingerprint reader, just like my MacBook. So I think that's pretty cool. But it does have a camera hidden away up there, and it is a 720p camera. It's not bad. It's just, use it for the simple things. Like, you're using that for business. You're not using that for anything else. You're not using it to do serious video recording, I'll say. So if I'm going to stream on a business call or a personal call, that laptop camera up there, that 720p, is actually more than enough. It won't be like the best quality at all, but it's going to be quality, and you have access to a camera. So if you're in an emergency situation and you need to, they say, turn your camera on. Where you at? I'm on my laptop. Turn your camera on. I need to show you this. I need a video chat. I need to see your face. Whatever it is, grandma's calling, anything, you'll be able to use that web camera. And it's just okay. It's just okay. But other than that, folks, software-wise, it's Windows. It gets a lot of updates. As you can see here, it has another update down here. Let's see what this one is. These are just some updates, routine updates. But Windows is a traditional operating system that I think should be in this phone because, again, it's universal. The Edge browser is something that I've grown to love. I didn't really like the Edge browser at first, but I've grown to like it, man. It hasn't been one of my favorites, but it's something that, it's grown on me. It's a fast browser. Let me go to something here. See if I can go to, and the keyboard on here is actually really good, man. I mean, the keyboard is nice. I shouldn't say hate. I don't want to use the word hate. I dislike that it doesn't have a backlit keyboard. And I think a lot of people would agree with that. It not having a backlit keyboard is extremely frustrating at night, which is why this is just a laptop has a use case scenario for me. I have to have a light going if it's going to be in a dark area. Now, a lot of times the keyboard can be, you can grasp hold of what you're typing with the keyboard. Obviously, I shouldn't say obviously, depending on how old you are, when I learned how to type, we weren't allowed to look at the keyboard at all. And they just had it covered, they had you cover your eye. I even took a class where my eyes were covered and I had to learn how to type. I was much younger. I think I was like 14 at the time. And, by the time I was 16, I was typing 50, 60 words a minute. But I don't know how typing classes are now, but this not having a backlit keyboard isn't a deal breaker for me. I know a lot of people say it's a deal breaker, but I don't think it's a deal breaker. A year and a half later, I'm not complaining about the keyboard. It's a little annoying at times, but the screen itself, depending on how bright the screen is being lit up at the time, and you're in a dark area typing, you'll be able to see the effect of each letter on the keyboard. But it is kind of a bummer that this is an $800 laptop when I got it a year and a half ago, and it doesn't have a backlit keyboard. You would think that would be essential, and it'd just be standard, I shouldn't say essential. You would think it would be standard, but it's not on this laptop. Why they chose to cut that corner of all things, I don't know. Example is they have this charging port over here that I never use, and I would have just nixed that charging port and took backlit keyboard and just put everything on this side over here. That could have been an SD card slot. Something. I don't know. They could have just done it a lot different, but they chose not to. They chose to do a non-backlit keyboard. Now, the new version of this, the Go 3, I don't know if it has a backlit keyboard or not. I haven't seen one in person. I was going to read over the specs or whatever, but I was like, it doesn't matter because I'm not buying it. At least not right now. I'd have to sell this one and make at least $500 off of it. But I won't, though, because it sells brand new for $489. It starts at $489 on the store. So I lose if I get rid of this. So the best thing to do will be to pass this on to someone who needs a new laptop. I still keep all my boxes and everything. I could package this up and it would look brand new. But I think the Go 3, if they did add a backlit keyboard, any Go 3 owners, go ahead and holler at me in the comments and let me know if you have a backlit keyboard. Because if it doesn't, that's just another missed opportunity. Microsoft really could do right by their consumers by just doing a backlit keyboard. It really comes in handy. But as I said, it is not a deal breaker for me. And other than that, typing on this keyboard is absolutely great. No, the keyboard has great traveling feedback, nice soft touch buttons. They don't get like a greasy, oily feel to them after using it for a long time. They just don't. They just work. And I could appreciate that. So the keyboard is actually really nice. I really like that it's a touch screen. The performance overall on this thing, I've never edited with this. I was going to, but I was like, don't even try it. It's not going to work. The Intel Iris graphics on here are just, it's ridiculous. It's not something that you would want to use for editing. That is for sure. So let's go here. Let's open up another window and let's go to Best Buy. And let's see if I can still find this laptop in here. Laptop Go 2. Is it here? Well, here's the 3. Let's see if they have the Go 2 in here for sale. They probably don't. I mean, Microsoft can sell it still, but other places like this, they're probably going to move on. There's just too many laptops out here that are just really good. So yeah, the Surface Go 3 is there. Let's switch this to separate here. Let's see if the 2 is in here. Here's the laptop Go 4. It's the laptop 4, not the Go 4. I'm sorry. The Go 3. Yeah, no 2s in here. But the fact that this one is now $800 or whatever, and what they've done from this version that I have is they've basically doubled the RAM. It's now 18 and 16 and like that. But I think this is ultimately the same laptop. I don't think it's going to be any different. And like I said, this Intel graphics is not something that you want to try to edit with. This isn't based for a powerhouse type person, but it is really, really nice. So the resolution coming in at 1536 by 1024. That's another reason why I feel like this should have just been full HD, and this is their new version. So, I know with Windows, a lot of people might not be focusing too much on this, but $800 in an HD display, it should be a full HD display. And this is another reason why at this time I was like, I don't see the point in me moving up here. I guess if you want to call this a move up, but there's a lot about this laptop that I really like. The size of this thing is really good. It's powerful and plus portability. That's great. That's a great statement, but it's powerful depending on the task that you're doing. So yeah, that's something that's to be, spoken by the person who's actually using it. And I've never tried to do any kind of like real powerhouse things on here, because look, the graphics is budget friendly, entry level, basic gaming, ideal for casual gamers. But I still wouldn't recommend a person game with this, even though it can probably do it. It's not going to be this huge bump in performance from some other laptops that you can actually get for $800. And they actually do have a graphics card. You can get laptops with graphics cards for $800. You can actually get some real gaming done if that's what you want to do on the side, or get some real editing done outside of that. So I wouldn't recommend that you buy this for gaming or editing, heavy gaming or heavy editing. You might be able to do some online editing, mild online editing, and some mild gaming, but I just wouldn't recommend it for that. This is a travel-friendly laptop with great battery, a decent web camera, phenomenal keyboard. Hardware is top tier. It's just got a lot of things out there for a person who needs a entry-level laptop for tons of streaming, tons of data entry, emails galore, online texting online, because you can link your phone to this. That's why I have my phone done. And it's just a great laptop. It's just not something that I would tell a person to buy if they're really looking for a powerhouse, because $800 is just, it's not a drop in the bucket. It's a lot of money. But if you have a need for a smaller compact laptop, there are others. But I just like the Surface for this, because it's just a tried and true brand. And I think it's actually one of the best laptops you can get. And if you want I actually have the non-laptop version as well. And it's just another one. If you want something that's a tablet form, Microsoft has you covered. You're just going to have to spend more money for the things that you really want, or spend less money and deal with the things that they've cut corners on. So a follow-up, man, a year and a half later, I don't recommend that you buy the Go 3, because it's pretty much this device with a few internal tweaks. Yes, you can go up to the 12th gen processor, but we're already in 2024. And at this point in the game, I'm going on 2 years with this one, year and a half. It'll be 2 years in August. I don't think it's a good idea to even buy the 3. Hopefully, if they bring the 4 out, it addresses these things that we want. We should have a higher resolution display and a backlit keyboard. Those just should be standard for $800. Anyway, it's your man Jay. Hope you guys enjoyed a follow-up on one of my favorite laptops, man. I love this laptop. It isn't going anywhere. But only place this would go, which is like one of the grandkids, if they needed it for school or something, this would be great for a college student, because college students do a lot of data entry. So boom, 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 boom. This will be great for them. It'll fit right in their backpack. It lasts all day and into the night. They can video chat with it for school purposes or whatever, or friends. It can get the job done. It's your man Jay. Hope you guys enjoyed the Laptop Go 2. Standing rotation for me right now. I love this thing.